We'll start that session precisely at 11 or 11:01 a.m. 11:01.
Yeah.
I'll
These
keep
AI,
adding
AI
people.
tools you may not want to admit. Is it our tool or somebody else's?
No,
Read
I'll,
AI.
I'll exclude.
Oh, okay.
Let's get started, sir.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining on the day one, the first hour of this exciting 5 episode series of cloud training, and also we have data analytics episodes coming up in the afternoon. My name is Avinash Kulkarni, and with me is the trainer Aditya Telkar and Ravikant, my other co-founder. Me, Ravikant, Anirudh Deshwandikar, we three are the co-founders of this company called as Coyolia. You might be wondering what it is. It is an acronym. Cohort. Cohort means a team. It's an English word. Cohort of young leaders in action. So that is Coyolia. We stand for creating opportunities for youth in employment, self-employment, business, startups, many things. So we do run skill development paid programs, and also we run a very special hub called as navistahub.org. You can check that. Navistahub.org is a full-fledged startup incubation hub being operated with the collaboration of Vishwa Vishwani Institute of Management in Hyderabad. Yes, many colleges do have incubation boards or innovation cells, entrepreneurship cells, but this is fully functional. We have student-led startups register and work with us. If you are interested, you can look up navistahub.org and we will share more details later. Welcome to this session. So you may be wondering why this session is there, what will it have, why is it free of cost? So I will just mention 2 or 3 things and then I'll hand over it to Aditya to start the session with agenda and things like that. Right. So today you might be feeling that some 10 lakh graduates are arising out of India, maybe 10 to 18 lakh graduates, 9 lakh, 10 lakh engineering graduates, MCAs, BCAs, MSc electronics, so many degrees. But let me tell you, all these degrees mean nothing to an employer today. Even large companies like Google, Facebook, or even Microsoft maybe are hiring people purely based on skills and something called as the industry provided certification. So yes, in this program, we will give you a lot of inputs. We will give you some hands-on exercise. We will maybe give you a final certification on day 5 or day 6 when it ends, if you have attended all the classes. But please remember, this certification is just an encouragement to you, a positive affirmation. But do not believe कि इस सर्टिफिकेट के कारण आपको नौकरी मिल सकता है. ये ऐसा हुआ कि if you watch cricket commentary, right? Sunil Gavaskar says, if you do a front foot cover drive, your head should be still, your elbows should be at a 90-degree angle. Your foot should be pointing to gully. There are so many things, right? It is like reading a book and claiming I am as good as Sunil Gavaskar. But the fun or the fact lies that you have to develop something called as skills. Skills मतलब आपका सक्षमता, आपका नैपुण्यता आपको होना चाहिए. Skills are very, very important. You have to build those skills, and do not rely on saying that I know swimming because I've read a lot of books on swimming. So similarly, this course, we will encourage you to learn more. We will open your mind to look at AWS or Amazon Web Services certifications, Azure certifications, Oracle certifications. Some of them may be free, some of them may be paid, but that has to be done because that will vindicate that you have the final skill and you know what it is to do in the cloud computing. So in cloud computing, for example, we have two skills lined up in this 5-day course. How to create a cost calculator, meaning a menu driven costing of various sources that you will use on a cloud, right? That is a cost calculator. Second is deployment architecture. None of the engineers, I mean, maybe 90% of engineers who claim to know cloud computing cannot draw a proper deployment architecture, which is what an employer needs. We will give you some examples. We cannot make an expert out of you in, let's say, 10 hours of training, but we will show you the path and how to do it. And then you can maybe opt for more of our training programs or third-party industry training programs. So cost calculator is a key skill. And second is deployment architecture is again a key skill. Similarly, in the afternoon session on data analytics, we will show you what key skills are required in the data analytics field. And this 5-day program is free of cost. But yes, it comes with at least 100 years of experience in industry between me, Ravikant, Anirudh Deshwandikar, Khaja, Aditya, and so many people. So we have delivered a lot of excellent industry level paid training programs that gives us the confidence, right? So it's all focused on skills. And please trust in us, follow this process, attend all 5 days, and then go ahead and continue to build your skills. It's very important. And lastly, as I said, we are running a startup incubation hub here. It is not just about seeking jobs, but if some of you want to become student entrepreneurs, businessmen, please do write to us in Coyolia, learning@coyolia.com or avinash@coyolia.com. We can share more details. Yesterday, we had met one of my old management school teacher in Maharashtra. He was saying there is a startup incubation hub in Pandharpur, विठोबा के पास. अगर आप जानते हो पंढरपुर किधर है, शोलापुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में, वहां पर भी एक छोटा सा कॉलेज में स्टार्टअप इंक्यूबेशन हब है. भले ही थोड़ा सक्सेसफुल ना हो, बट वहां पे किसी ने शुरू किया है. सो द buzz is that if I don't get a job, maybe I can start something of my own, be it you are from a metro city or a small town like Pandharpur or a big city, doesn't matter. What matters is skills, your confidence, your skills. So all the best. Please do participate for all 5 days, and we welcome you to this day 1 of cloud computing. Over to you, Aditya.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the day 1 of the cloud computing and AWS training sessions. My name is Aditya Telkar, and I'll be your trainer for the next 5 days. So before we begin, take a moment to settle in and keep our notebook handy and be ready to participate, because today's session will be very interactive. So let's begin with sharing my screen. Just a second. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Okay, thank you. So let's begin with what we are going to study from today, that is for 5 days. So we are going to have a brief understanding of what exactly cloud is, cloud computing is, and along with that, we'll be learning what exactly AWS provides for this. I mean, what kind of services that AWS provides to us. So this is a beginner's guide for the understanding of cloud computing and AWS services. So coming to the next slide. So these are all the topics that we are going to cover in today's class. That is understanding what cloud computing is, why people use cloud. I mean, why they shift from on-premises to the cloud. And the third is deployment model, like how are we going to deploy our applications or the websites through the cloud. And the fourth is service models, following with AWS overview and the real world cases of AWS. So let's begin with the third slide, that is what exactly is cloud computing. So before getting into what cloud computing is, let's break down this word into two things, that is cloud and the computing. So the word cloud doesn't mean the actual white fluffy thing in the sky. In technology, the word cloud simply refers to the internet. So anytime you hear the word cloud, so you have to think about it. So cloud means internet, and the next thing that's coming up is the computing part, which means using the technology resources like servers, storages, databases, applications, and networks. So when you combine these two terminologies, that is cloud and computing, so this is we get, that is using compute resources over the internet. So this is called as cloud computing. So earlier, let's take an example for this. So earlier we used to save our files, application, or the images in a pen drives. So instead of that, now we are actually using Google Drive and many other such things like OneDrive and all. So and also earlier we used to install the games and a software on a PC. Today, instead of that, we usually stream them. So it's exactly like people won't be building a power plant for electricity, right, beside your home. So you will have a connection for that. So this is how exactly cloud works. So in the case of cloud, you don't build actual data centers across your offices or something like that. So instead of that, you just use the resources when needed. So let's get into the second thing, that is why people shift from on-premises to the cloud. So why exactly people get into cloud computing? So because okay, the first thing is cost saving. So in the cloud, how it works is, or you have to pay only for what you use. It's like you're gonna use the if you're gonna use the service for like say 1 hour, and imagine that you want to deploy your website on the cloud, and you really don't know how to configure for it. Suppose you are a new beginner and you wanna actually host your website. You have the domain, you have the all website ready. I mean, the design for the website is ready, but you don't know how to host it. So in AWS, what you can do, you can just simply take an EC2 and S3. We'll know what exactly EC2 and S3 is in the upcoming part of this PPT. So we will simply host our website. And suppose you are going to make the website for live for just 1 hour. So you have to pay for that 1 hour. Okay, so the second thing is scalability. So what exactly scalability is? So scalability means, suppose you really don't know that how many number of users that you are going to have. So let's take an example of real world, that is Book My Show. So when a new movie is released in the theater, so it's released on either Thursday, Friday, or the Saturday of the week, right? So the people will be free and they will be able to go and enjoy the time. So so in this case, they were facing a very big issue, that Bookmash was facing a very big issue, that the amount of users or the number of requests were a lot on the weekend. So what they did is their on-premises data center was not able to handle it. So they switched to AWS cloud. In that case, only whenever the number of users were increasing, at that time the number of servers were increasing. So and when it comes to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the number of users were very less. So also at that time the number of servers were very less. I mean, used very less. So third thing, that is speed. So whenever you are gonna host your application or say a website, you have to make the configurations and then set up an on-premises data center. So in this case, it gets very easy for the cloud. You have to just simply deploy your application or say the website, and it will be live in minutes. So another thing that is global access. So when you create your own data center on premises, so it will be very difficult for the people. I mean, to be very honest, when you if you host a website in India on a data center, it's very impossible, very difficult for people to access around the globe. So what you have to do is very simple: come to the AWS cloud or any other cloud providing platforms where you can just simply host your website or your application, and it is live across the globe. And whenever the people are visiting or say any type of service you are choosing, at that type of that type of payment billings will be done for you. And coming to the last but not least, that is no maintenance, which means suppose you create your own data center, you have to look for the security, look for the electricity backup, and many other such things like internet. So in this case, when you are using the cloud, any cloud service provider, not specific to AWS, in this case, it will be like you need not to care about or worry about this part, that is maintenance. So that is done by AWS itself. So I'll create a poll for you, a couple of polls to know. Okay, just a second. Give me a minute. I'll create a poll for this. Okay, Ravi sir, can you share the first poll for this?
Yeah, sure. We continue.
Yeah.
I'll just share in a minute.
Okay, sure. I'll get back to sharing my screen. Okay.
Yeah, great.
I hope my
that.
screen
So
is visible.
just adding Aditya, I have typed in the chat. So
Okay.
one question in all job interviews which is asked, and 99% people fail to understand or answer. What is cloud? You have to answer it in the simplest way, that it is a pay per usage or economic model of sharing several resources. Pay per use. That's the key 3 words.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll continue to the next slide of our presentation. That is, how do we deploy the cloud? So as Avinash sir said, that cloud is pay per usage, which means you only pay for what amount of services and what amount of time you have used this, and you'll pay only for that thing. So suppose there is an application hosted on AWS cloud for an hour, so you have to only pay for 1 hour. It will be like $0.1 per hour. Definitely depends upon the configurations that you have selected, the amount of GPU and CPUs. So let's get into the another slide, that is cloud deployment models. How do you deploy your applications? In public. Okay, so let's understand how do we deploy it. The first way to deploy your application or a website is public. So in this case, services delivered over the public internet, and that can be shared across multiple organizations. So in a simple way, why public cloud is used is to host your applications and make it publicly available. So what are the benefits of it? So the first benefit is this is most cost effective option. So there is no need of hiding your data, like making an abstract out of it. So another thing is high scalability and flexibility, which is a very important benefit of AWS. And also third thing, that is managed by third party. So you need not to worry about the backend part of the cloud where managing the hardware or anything. AWS will be automatically doing it. So getting into the second way of deploying your application or website, that is private cloud. So in private cloud, we have a dedicated infrastructure used exclusively by a single organization, and which can be hosted on premises or by a third party. So people use this basically for the security, and they want to have the control across their cloud part, and this can be customized per the customer's usage, and but this comes at a higher price. But This also comes with a higher privacy and a security or a threat control level. So the third way of deploying the cloud is hybrid cloud, where this is the combination of both public and private cloud, which allows data and application to move between them. So why people choose hybrid cloud, which is the first reason is to balance the flexibility and security. Suppose there is an website hosted on public cloud, and the user data, basically the user data is very important. So it is not hosted on the public cloud. So it is hosted on the private cloud, which is definitely the second point, which is keep sensitive data private. And yeah, let's get into the multi-cloud part, which is combination of two third-party cloud providers. So in this, coming to the definition, using cloud services from multiple providers simultaneously to avoid vendor lock-in, which means suppose there is a disaster in a single cloud provider, say AWS, which basically happen. But in case there is a cloud disaster, so I mean the best benefits coming out of the best providers. Second is increased redundancy and reliability. The third is distribute risk across. Into the another slide, that is cloud service models. So okay, so there are three major cloud service models. So coming up with everyone who is attending this meeting is a customer of a SaaS product. So you can say, okay, let's open the chat section for you all and have a poll. I think the poll is created, right? Okay, the poll is created.
I have launched one more poll, Aditya. First one is already.
Yeah, you can do the, yeah. Okay, so I want you people to click on these polls. I hope it is visible to everyone. Yeah. Okay, so I have a question for you all. Have you all used any application like Netflix, Gmail, or something? I mean, the chat is open for you all people. You can send a message. Okay, so basically you are a direct customer of SaaS platform. So I'll get back to my screen. Give me a minute.
Opt and submit. Click one of this and submit.
Yeah, just click and submit.
I think some people are putting it in the chat.
Okay. Okay, so coming back to what exactly software as a service is. So whenever an application is deployed over the cloud or a website or say any kind of application that you are using, that is Netflix, Gmail, OneDrive, Google Drive, Teams. So these are all the examples, best examples of software as a platform. So okay, so the complete application which is delivered over the internet, whichever right now we are using Teams, right? So whichever kind of applications or any service provided over the internet. So it is called as a software as a service. So you simply use the software without managing anything. So what you can do is you can create an application. So let's take an example. There is an application you have created for the food delivery, just like Zomato. You create an application for it, and you make it live on any cloud provider, and you actually charge people like on a subscription model. So this is basically for the so this is basically an example for software as a service. So let's get into what exactly platform as a service is. So deployment platform includes including tools like libraries and service to build an application. You can manage your application while the provider manages the infrastructure of the cloud. Okay, so best example for this is Amazon AWS Beanstalk, Google App Engine, and Heroku. So which is actually perfect for developers who want to only focus on the coding part, not on the cloud part. They can just simply log in, make the changes in the application or the website, and yeah, the website is already live. So the third thing is infrastructure as a service, where virtualized computing resources are provided over the internet. You rent servers, storages, and networking models, which are while managing everything else yourself. So you can take an example of Amazon EC2, AWS EC2. We'll get into we'll get into this topic called EC2. Maybe which is in the next slide. Okay. Before that, we'll understand what exactly is AWS regions. So what AWS does is
Aditya, just 1 second. Just go back to the previous slide. We'll just add
yes,
some examples here.
Yes.
I'll just take a minute. Sorry to disrupt. So infrastructure as a service, assume that you are going into a, let's say, a gated community, and you're just buying the plots, right? Yeah, just 1 second. You're just buying the piece of land, and then you will construct your own set of houses or your villas or your apartments. So that's infrastructure as a service. As an example, platform as a service is where somebody designs everything for you on your plot and as per your specifications. And there are some standard designs for architecture. They will build and give it to you, right? Your house is ready as per your requirement. Software as a service, assume that this is a fully furnished flat. It's a flat of, let's say, 2 BHK, 3 BHK. You can readily occupy it and start using it. You don't have to bring anything. Don't have to bring except maybe your user data. So these are some examples of software as a service, platform as a service. This is all a common folklore kind of example which I give. Whether you want to buy a plot and build your own house, or allow somebody else to construct the whole house and give it to you, or get into a fully furnished house, which is software as a service. That's a rough comparison so that you get the full idea. Go ahead, Aditya.
You're on mute, Aditya.
Okay, sorry. So what AWS does is to make it available, fully available throughout the world. So what they does is they acquire such regions in every part of or every continent of the world. So what they does is they create data centers and make them as availability zones. And those multiple availability zones are available in one AWS region. So we'll know what exactly AWS region is. So AWS region is a physical location around the world containing group of data centers. So basically what data center contains is when we understood the definition of cloud computing, which consists of servers, databases, networking models. So when we combine all these such things provided at one place, we call it as data center. So this group of data centers are called availability zones. Each region consists of minimum 3 physically separate availability zones in a geographical area. So what availability zone is? An availability zone consists of one or more data centers with redundant power. So basically, what people do is they host their application in two or more availability zone. So if there is any disaster at one availability zone, we'll definitely have a backup or a fault tolerance over the other availability zone. So yeah, so these are all the AWS services which are very popularly and which are very important to understand, and these are all the services they use. So first is Elastic Cloud Compute. So what exactly Elastic Cloud Computing is? So we have understood we have understood already what cloud computing is. So we'll know what elasticity is. So basically, the English definition of elasticity is it can stretch and come back to the original stage, and this model what they have used in AWS cloud. So virtual servers in the cloud launch and okay. So when we took the example of Book My Show, whenever the number of users were increasing, whenever the number of users were increasing, the number of servers were increasing. So this is the very basic functionality of Elastic Cloud Computing. So whenever the number of users increases, the number of servers increases. And whenever it decreases, or say the number of users are very less, then less amount of servers will be used. So coming into the second, that is simple storage service. So what S3, we call it S3. So what S3 does is it is basically used for the storing the data and retrieving the data. So as the definition says, scalable objects. Okay, in the S3 bucket, S3 is a bucket. In an AWS call, we call it as a bucket. And in that bucket, we store our data or files as an object. Basically, we store it as an object, and we can access it over the internet across the world. And the third is a relational database service, which is a managed database service supporting MySQL, Postgres, Oracle, and many more. So this handles backup, patching, and scaling, and which can be done for automatically scaling. So another service is IAM, Identity Access Management. So suppose there is an project ongoing on your company, and what admin does is that some set of people should have specific number of the access of number of services. So what you do is you create an group, and each group will have consist of some 20 users. And what the admin will do is the admin will give the access of some specific services to that specific users, so that the bill won't increase. So we can control it. Another is Lambda, AWS Lambda. So what AWS Lambda does it will run code without managing the servers. So what a developer has to do, he has to just simply log in, deploy the code, and it will be live. So how the AWS Lambda builds us? Suppose a user goes to the website and search for coyolia.com, coyolia.com, and then he enters it. In the backend, what happens is the code is run at that time, and whenever the number of clicks what user does is the number of clicks that user does, we get the bill as per that. So another is CloudFront, which is used for content delivery over the net. The CD, which is used for content delivery network service that securely delivers your data, videos, and applications and to the customers globally.
So 1 second, Aditya, just 1 second. So I'll just
yes,
write a question. Maybe people can answer.
Yes, sir.
Ravi, you tried to put a poll, is it? I think instant poll, it just says.
No.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can go ahead.
Okay, we should have maybe made the question like this, but I'll just put it here in the chat for everyone. So the question is, what is the difference between a virtual machine and an actual server? Just chat put 2 words, 3 words in the chat. What is the difference between virtual server versus, let's say, rack or blade server? Can anyone just respond on the chat? कोई बोल सकता है virtual server और निज रूप में जो हार्डवेयर सर्वर आप देखते हो उसमें क्या अंतर है? दोनों एक ही है क्या? You can just put it on the chat. Virtual is something which is not visible. Fine, that's fine. As a English linguistic is fine, but if you answer like this in an interview, maybe it's not good. Remote access is possible. Remote access is possible across all types of servers. Do not describe, just define. Virtual machine runs on software instance. That is very close answer, I would say. So you'll have to do some homework. Just go and see what a company called as VMware did 20 years back. Right? Yes, Charan Kumar Reddy, I think maybe he searched or he got it. It's right. Software based server in a hardware server. x86 architecture, this is Intel, right? Sun Microsystems and some Unix systems or IBM mainframes had some ability to serve the diverse users on, let's say, diverse application instances within one hardware server. But Intel did not have this of partitioning, logical partitioning. If you look at what is VMware or virtual machines or virtual server, it is the ability to take one laptop or one desktop or one server, right? Yeah, virtualization. So server virtualization, storage virtualization, network virtualization, these are the baby steps for reaching cloud computing, wherein one physical hardware or one asset can be shared. Let's say one server can now accommodate 4 or 5 different logically partitioned application servers, database servers, or web servers. Virtualization allowed us to use the Intel architecture or x86 architecture to be made more proficient. Okay, one physical asset, but you can run 4 or 5 logically partitioned servers. It is like saying that I can do multitasking, right? Women are very good in multitasking. Do we agree? Our mothers, daughters, wife, you see women, they can answer a doorbell, they'll be cooking at the same time, then they'll be answering a phone call also at the same time. Multitasking. Human brain is capable of doing, or a good example of men, I would say, when we drive cars, we are aware which FM radio is playing. I'm looking at Google Map. I'm also aware that I'm running on 4th gear. I'm also aware that AC on hai ya off hai. And I'm also talking to my friend sitting next to me. That is multitasking, right? You are aware. एक ही कार में बहुत कुछ हो रहा है. तो similarly, एक हार्डवेयर में क्या मैं 4-5 टास्क कर सकता हूँ सेम टाइम एक ही खर्चे में. So that is how virtualization came about. And now when you see VMs or virtual servers in AWS or Azure or Oracle, it is the same concept. And please believe me, cloud computing is not for people who want to do coding and scripting. इसमें एप्लीकेशन स्क्रिप्टिंग का जरूरत नहीं है, कोडिंग का नॉलेज बिल्कुल नहीं चाहिए. ये पूरा मेन्यू ड्रिवन है और 90% दिस इज बेस्ड ऑन हार्डवेयर नॉलेज. अगर आपको सर्वर, स्टोरेज, नेटवर्क नहीं पता तो आपको पता करना चाहिए. Cloud computing is based on hardware knowledge like virtualization. Go ahead and answer this poll now. Which benefit of cloud is most valuable to a business? After this, Aditya will restart.
So yeah, Ravi sir has shared some polls. People can actually, yeah, Soumya has given the definition.
Yes, all these are right. So many people are responding. Scalability is the biggest advantage, which is true.
Okay. So let's continue where we left. Okay, so there is another platform where you can actually, which is directly provided by AWS. That is, I'll give you a link for this over here in the chat. So there is a reason I'm sharing you all this, that you have to go through this and create an account over that, and also another account will be created. I'll show you that is upcoming part. So I'll share my screen once again. Just a second. Okay. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible. So once you create an account in the skill builder of AWS, which is publicly available for everyone, provided by AWS Skill Builder, which comes with a limitation, but which is very more than enough for everyone. So there is a type of, or say, type of pricing models. So how exactly AWS will send us the bills, and what kind of bills they will send. So there are multiple types of way that we are gonna use the services. That first is on-demand instances. So on-demand, what exactly on-demand is? So you have to only pay for the compute resources that you consume, and these all come up with a no upfront payment. So what exactly upfront payment means? You have, okay, we'll understand what exactly upfront is. So upfront means you have to pay before you are going to use it. Something like Geo recharge or any kind of Wi-Fi recharge. So this is the way. In this case, you just need not to pay for it. You have to just use, and then you pay for amount of services that you have used. The second is reserved instances. So what exactly reserved instance does is you will get a savings up to 75% by committing for a 1 or 3 year 3 year of commitment for the number of services. So in this case, suppose you take a service like EC2 and S3 along with CloudFront for an year, so you get a discount of like from 70 to 75%. This comes with the upfront payment. So another is spot instances. So for the spot instances, what you do is, so you bid on spare compute capacity, and this comes at a discount for about around 90%. But this will be the, I mean, this comes with the flexibility to be interrupted when AWS reclaims the instance. Like you're going to use the instances provided by them, but it can be like revoked or interrupted by the AWS. Another comes with savings plan. So what you do is you save up to 72% in this savings plan by committing for say 1 or 3 years for a consistent usage. For it could be for any number of services, but you have to be sure for 1 or 3 years, where you can actually host your application for that. Another comes is another that is dedicated host. So this is an entire physical server for which is for your say exclusively provided for you. So this option offers you full control, and is very good for your workloads, any amount of workloads that you have. And this also comes with a strict security. And the last is dedicated instances. So they provide a dedicated instance for you for your application or say your website. So you have to only pay for the running instances for which are provided for your website or your applications, which is solely dedicated to your account. So another thing is, let's get back to the slide. 1 second. Okay, so why people actually move from on-premises to the cloud? So what are all the challenges that they face? So imagine that you are responsible for designing your own company's infrastructure to support the new website or any application with traditional on-premises resources. So traditional like when we get back to like 2000, 2003, at that time they used to have their own data centers. So that comes at a cost of maintenance and many other security threats. So you must have to purchase hardware upfront. And suppose you want to host your application, you get some number of CPUs and GPUs, and then you realize ki, oh, acha, this is not what exactly I wanted. I want a little higher one. So you have to recreate the, or say recreate in sense, re-architect the entire physical hardware for the application. And also this comes with a lot of time consumption and also cost. And this is a very high level of inflexibility, and you get locked in at some situations. So, so the solution for this is shifting to the cloud from on-premises to cloud. So what AWS does is it makes people shift from on-premises to cloud to get rid of this type of problems. So I mean, in contrast, AWS or say Amazon EC2, you can quickly launch, scale, and stop instances. Suppose you don't know how exactly to create an architecture, you just host your application and you stop after 1 hour, and you then figure out, okay, in 1 hour I'm getting a bill of $100 or say $15, and then you actually compare with other cloud providers. So this is how you easily shift to AWS cloud or any other cloud services. So the main benefit of shifting to cloud is you only pay for the compute time or the compute resources that you have used, and you can scale up or down based on demand. So you can take the example of Book My Show in this case. And also you can stop instances after a workload has completed. Suppose there is an 12th result which is hosted on a single server, and once the people have seen the result after 1 or 2 days, the server can be closed. So okay, so what are all the real
shall
world?
we launch a poll if you're okay?
Yeah,
Just a
correct.
quick poll.
Correct.
Yes,
Launch the
please.
poll, and I just want to add one point. First, do the poll.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Very simple question. Poll is live on your screen. It's a single selection. Just select your
आपको
choice.
बटन दबाना है, बटन दबा के बोलना है.
Poll will be live for another 30 seconds. It's a very simple question, and then we'll move on to Aditya.
Only 9 people have responded from a possible base of 55 people. Let's say 50. Are people available on this call, or?
Yeah. They are listening.
Many have switched off.
Responses are coming.
Okay.
Yeah, we have good response. So.
Okay.
Okay, 20 people have responded. 90% of them say it is a SaaS. So, trainer Aditya, you help us understand, is that a correct answer? Over to you, Aditya.
So yeah, it is a SaaS platform where applications are hosted on SaaS or on a cloud provider, and this is the best example of SaaS. Yes.
Yeah, it's right. So I just wanted to add on this. Buying hardware is a very time-consuming part. I mean, for example, if a bank wants to start a new core banking software or some loan originating software, they have to plan 6 to 12 months in advance, right? The biggest example is COVID 2020, when 1 billion vaccination records were to be stored. One way the vaccine is being prepared, right, in 2020, 2021. Now, second way is how do we create a vaccination certificate and the database which can be captured quickly and also verified quickly by, let's say, airport authorities, railway authorities, hospital authorities. So that's why AWS was chosen, not because, let's say, it is the smartest or the biggest or whatever, but was most convenient. If I have to store 1 billion records with 1 billion database, whatever, my hardware sizing is maybe 200-300 crore rupees. But during COVID, when the shipping was not possible, right? Even if you have money, you want to buy hardware, you want to buy servers, it has to come from China or Thailand. Nothing is manufactured in India, unfortunately, or neither it is manufactured in US. So everything is shipped from few countries. Shipping is stopped. COVID has its own problem, semiconductor shortage, so many things. So that's why cloud platform was chosen by Government of India to quickly ramp up the resources. Without waiting for anything, how do I create a 1 billion or 2 billion vaccination records? So that is why cloud was chosen. And even now, any bank, insurance company, government authorities, private sector company, if they want to order for a server which costs, let's say 2 crores, 5 crores, 10 crores, they have a buying process like a tender or RFP. That itself will take away 3 to 4 months. And then they order, and then the shipment takes another 1 month. Installation and provisioning takes another 1 month. So even before you do anything, 6 to 8 months is gone. So the process of buying, installing hardware may be good for government or large authorities, but not suitable for most of the industry. That is why cloud is chosen for its flexibility and ease of use. Over to you, Aditya.
Yes. Okay. So, yeah. So what are all the real world use cases of actually getting into the cloud? So one is whenever a startup or say a very small startup gets into, or say any kind of manufacturing company is there and they want to make their presence virtually available. So what they do is they create an application, they set up a small team, they make them create a website, and then they want to be digitally present. So what they will do is they host their application or host their website on a small cloud providing platform, which almost comes at a no cost. And another set of users could be banking and financial services. So many Indian banks are already available on AWS. So what they have to do is they have to store there a lot amount, a very huge amount of user data. What they do is they use AWS Glacier for this particular thing, and also coming to the healthcare. So maybe if someone in your family are having health issues, they might have an account on ABHA, so which is provided by Indian government. So what they do is whatever your medical history is there, you can actually track on it. So you need not to carry your physical sheet or any book. So what you can do, you can just provide your ABHN account number, and you can automatically create your medical history report. Another set of customers could be e-commerce or say quick commerce, which is on hot topic on in these days, like Zepto, Blinkit, and many such platforms. So definitely this AWS cloud provides many benefits which are at security or a threat level. Okay. So what are all the key takeaways from today's session? That is, cloud computing provides okay, cloud computing, definitely the definition, whenever a service is provided over the internet, that is called as cloud computing. The second is cloud comes with benefits such as scalability and which comes at cost saving, and also it is globally accessible. And the third thing is choose deployment models. We can choose deployment models as per our need, that is public, private, and hybrid, and also multi-cloud if it is the customer's need. And also we have understood what infrastructure as a service is, platform as a service, and software as a service is. And also AWS has like more than 200 services more than 200 services are provided by AWS, and we have understood a few of them, that is EC2, S3, AWS Lambda, and many such more. So I have an activity for you all. I will reshare my screen. I want you all to create an account. Yeah. Okay. So I want you all people to create an account on this link. I'll share you the link in the chat. So you have to just simply come and create an account on this. I'll also send you a PPT or sorry, I'll send you a set of instructions in the chat that how you are going to create an account. So what you do is once you create an account on that AWS Management Console, I'll just try to log in. Give me a minute.
Hey Aditya, meanwhile, do you want me to launch one poll? A simple one. Let's keep.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
I'm just trying to log into the management console.
Yeah, go ahead. There's one quick poll I'm launching. Request everybody to look at it. It's okay even if you refer to internet or if you are random guessing. It's more so to understand the background of the audience so that next 4 days of training can be a lot more impactful and meaningful to you all. Poll is available on your screen. Please do respond to that. You continue, Aditya, while people give their response. If you are ready, continue, please.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I've shared my screen once again. So once you create an account on AWS Management Console, this is the screen or a dashboard you come across. So you can explore this dashboard. So on the top of it, you can see the AWS regions, that is United States, another is Asia Pacific, another is Canada, Europe, and many more. So in this set of AWS regions, we have AWS availability zones, that is Virginia, Ohio, and in coming to India, that is Mumbai, and another one is in Hyderabad and Telangana. So as you can see on this search button, you can actually explore and try to find EC2 services. We'll come across this and we'll try to use this. We'll set up some instances and also we can look for S3. So I want you all to create an account on AWS Management Console and come prepared for the next class. So this is
how important do you think, Aditya, is creating a AWS account on for a further training?
So okay, if you create an account on AWS Management Console, then only we can actually access these services. So if you don't have an account on AWS Management Console, you cannot access EC2, S3, or many more services.
So essentially, you're saying that having an account on AWS Management Console will help them reap much better benefit of this 5-day program.
Correct.
Okay, understood. Thank you very much. So as Aditya is recommending and suggesting, please everybody use your Gmail or whatever personal mail ID and sign up for the AWS account if you do not have one, and take the benefit, much more benefit, by actually practicing what is being taught in the next 5 days. Okay.
This requires a credit or debit card, Aditya, AWS free tier account sign up.
Yeah, it will require a debit card, but it won't charge anything, sir. It will ask you to just connect to a debit card and no money will be deducted from your account. It will just ask for the verification. I'll share the steps in the chat, sir. I'll immediately do it. I'll do it right away.
Maybe share a link of YouTube or something so that
yes, I'll do
along with chat. Maybe not immediately, maybe a little later also. So we'll launch one more we are precisely about 3-4 minutes from finishing today's introductory session. Just wanted to launch a very common question as a poll. Which industry do you think uses cloud the most? You can select one or you can select all or multiple. Just it helps us understand your knowledge, not necessarily there is no right answer. Yeah, okay. Continue, Aditya.
Yeah. So you can follow this video. So there are this is a complete way to create an account on AWS Management Console. And also I'm sharing the steps to do it. Just a second. It is very easy to create an account on AWS Management Console. It is as easy as creating an account on Instagram or Facebook. Then you have to just log in with your email ID, verify your details, and create an MFA, that is multi-factor authentication, for the safety of your account. So yeah.
Okay, as we conclude today's training, a couple of things to cover. One is we have invited a lot of you for the training, maybe directly or maybe over in email. But wanted to check how many have registered on our website, training website, amberglow.com. This is a simple survey. Once I receive the survey, I'll give some more information on that and next steps. So while people are responding to the question whether they have registered, yes, no, or they don't know that there is a site called amberglow.com. So this entire program is available live every day, starting today at 11 to 12 for AWS Cloud by Aditya Telkar, and in the second half, 3:30 to 5:30, 2-hour session on data analytics by our another trainer, SK Khaja Moinuddin. Okay, and every session is being recorded. It will be available on YouTube, but it'll also be available. The same YouTube link and details will be available on our website, amberglow.com. So whoever has registered, please go through and tick mark that you have viewed the video, because when you complete all the video views on our Amberglow website, on the last day of the training, you will be awarded a certificate. A digital certificate will be generated for having participated in this program, and you'll receive it directly on your email. You'll receive a link to download. And if you have not registered on amberglow.com, it is very simple. I'll share my screen once. Okay. To help you understand, those who have not registered, I sincerely urge that you register on your website, on our website. Takes only 2 minutes. Okay, this is our website, amberglow.com. Go to amberglow.com, click on programs, click on cloud and data analytics program. Okay, and when you log in, you'll be asked to sign up if you do not have an account. If you already have an account, you can simply sign up for it. I'll just show you as if I am logging in. So click on enroll now, and it will ask you to join the program. If you're already a member, you can just log in with your Gmail ID or a Facebook ID. If you're not, you can sign up for a account using your Gmail, Facebook, or a regular email account, and you'll be able to have access to the recorded training content. Please do log in, complete the online steps so that you'll be able to understand that how many people are part of this training. And there is a group also, forum also, for people who are attending this training to interact with each other. The benefit is not just the certificate. You can have interaction with the trainer beyond this 1 hour or 2 hour session. You can ask trainers any question that you want to ask in that group, and trainers will respond. Plus, you can also interact with the other trainees, people who are getting trained on next 5 days, including today. Okay, that's the request. Kindly go and register on amberglow.com. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you
everyone.
Thanks for joining.
See you tomorrow.
And
Thank you.
today, before we conclude, today 3:30 p.m. there is a second part of today's training on cloud data analytics. That is from our other trainer SK Khaja Moinuddin. Meeting link has been shared with you all on calendar. Please check your calendar and find the meeting link. This meeting link is different. That one is different. Please join the same way as you have joined today's morning session. Looking forward to connect with you all again at 3:30 p.m. for a data analytics training. Okay. Thanks a lot for joining today's program. We'll call it a close now.